Hello Epic Minecrafters, it's Epic Ethan W with another Minecraft tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about how to take off and land in a Cessna 172 Skyhawk. So for starters, we're going to take a look at what we're flying here today and get used to all the controls. This big one in front of us looks like the steering wheel, that is our yoke. If you pull, it'll have you go up, push, go down, left to turn left, and right to turn to the right. There's a couple of other things here that we'll want to keep note of. In this top left, we have our airspeed indicator. That'll be very important for us when we are actually landing and flying the aircraft. In the center of the top, we have our artificial horizon, and to the right, we have our altimeter. The other ones all have other important uses, but for the purpose of this video, we don't have to really go over them too much. Same along with these GPS. Down here, we have our throttle and our mixture. These are very important in flight. And to the right over here, we have our flap settings as well. Alright, so let's get started. We're already lined up with the runway and are ready for our departure. Make sure you turn off your parking brake and give it a good full throttle. Now make sure to stay aligned with the center line as you're taking off, and we're looking for an airspeed of around 55 knots before we can rotate. Alright, so that should be good, and we'll go ahead and rotate. Now, one thing that is notable is that this is an untowered airport, so we don't really have to pay attention to any directions from air traffic control. Rather, we're going to make all of this by ourselves and let people know where we're going. So when we'll do that is 200 feet below pattern altitude, which since we're taking off out of Pullman, the altitude is at 3,500. If you're confused where to look for that, you can check the charts right here. I'll leave them up in the left over here. So looking for our 3,200, we're coming up on that soon here. Pitch up a little bit more for a 72 knots for our climb. The ones that Flight Sim has set up are the wrong runways, so I'll use the actual correct ones. Alright. Pullman traffic, Skyhawk 738 Zulu Tango, turning left crosswind for 23 Pullman. The game thinks it knows better and wants to contact Seattle Center, but we're not going to be doing that. Alright, hold our crosswind.
4006 Cessna 8 Zulu Tango.
Cessna 8 Zulu Tango radar contact 2 miles southwest of Kilo Papa Uniform Whiskey 3,400 feet. Altimeter 29.901.
Roger, Cessna 8 Zulu Tango.
It's a pretty day out. So we're going to keep in line for looking out for the runway, which is down there. So now we're entering our downwind. Not paying too close of attention to altitude here. We're way above. Alright, and as we approach to the parallel end of the runway right here, we're going to set up for slow flight for our landing. Now this can be very important if you need to get across the entire Minecraft world to get to your friend's base. So we'll go ahead and decrease our throttle, looking for around... Go. A little bit lower, 1,500. And now we're going to aim for around 72 knots. Go ahead and make that base turn. Looking out for all other traffic while we're at it. You don't see anything to the left or right, you're good. Alright, and make sure we got the runway in sight. We're a bit high, so we're gonna drop that throttle. I'm keeping an eye for our airspeed here because we don't want to lose too much of it. And a touchdown. Not on the center line, but that's okay. Now we'll just go ahead and just come to a stop here. And that's how you land a plane.